Hello and a warm welcome to News Across Nigeria. I'm Olumide Macaulay. Coming up on the program, President Muhammadu Buhari vows to foil criminals that are holding Nigeria hostage through the destruction of human lives and property. Ooni of Ife and British Envoy advocate violence-free governorship election in Ekiti State. And in the South, Department of Petroleum Resources caution residents in Cross River State against rise in kerosene explosions. We do begin with a report pertaining to the northern parts of the country, and states there have continued to be on the receiving end of attacks allegedly carried out by herdsmen. Reacting to the latest incident in Gandhi village, Sokoto State, northwest Nigeria, the president vowed to frustrate the efforts of those who he believes are bent on holding Nigeria hostage through the killings they perpetrate. A statement released by the presidency quotes him saying, "This administration will not allow any group of barbarians and criminals to hold the country hostage and destroy life without consequence. I wish to assure all Nigerians that their security is receiving the greatest attention from the administration and there is no compromise in this commitment." End of quote. The attack in Sokoto State left several people dead, including a district head in Rabba local government area. The federal government has recently come under criticism over the killings in parts of the country, with many accusing the government of a lackluster response to the attacks. In the southwest, in Oyo State, a farmers' association is seeking new ways to end the crisis between herdsmen and farmers. That's why it's proposing that all herdsmen must be identified through a verification process to determine their status in the country. The chairman of the group and the national leader of the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association believe that the project will eliminate cattle rustlers and violent herdsmen from the region.
The government of the Southwest, through Dawn Commission, has come up with identifying the herdsmen in Southwest. And the Dawn Commission, the DFID, is partnering with the Southwest Farmers Coalition to get it done. The long-term solution is that there must be ranch whereby each and every cattle owner will stay and manage his cattle. And short-term solution is that we need to manage ourselves, moving around without having clashes between farmers and herdsmen.
I think it's not matter of farmer-herders clashes. There is something behind that story because there is political elements behind this crisis. Because the farmer and herders, they are always together in anywhere. Let's go and sensitize these people how they benefit of ranches before you start thinking of ranches.
Let's turn our attention to politics now and the Ekiti state governorship election holding this weekend. The British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Paul Arkwright, is hoping to witness a violence-free exercise. He says the British government is interested in ensuring that the Ekiti and Osun state election is devoid of violence. Mr. Arkwright was speaking on the backdrop of the skirmish between the police and PDP supporters in Ekiti. However, the British Commissioner, who was at the palace of the Ooni of Ife, gave an assurance that the international community will be in Ekiti to observe the elections and ensure it's conducted in a free and fair manner. Meanwhile, the Ooni of Ife also cautioned security agencies to play by the rules in ensuring that people cast their votes in a peaceful atmosphere.
I appeal for calm. I appeal for an avoidance of violence. I appeal to the security agencies to remain independent and to ensure that there is a secure environment, a peaceful environment in which all the people of Ekiti can use their voice so that they can vote in line with their conscience. The British government is not taking a position on any particular party or any particular candidate, but we are determined to ensure that there is a free, fair, credible and peaceful election, and that is why I will be there in Ekiti on Saturday. I will be observing. I will be there with a number of my international colleagues, with other ambassadors, with a very large delegation from the British High Commission to ensure that there is a peaceful process.
We want to appeal to all the authorities that they should please step up with everything they're doing to ensure that we have a free and fair election. There is a lot of tension in Ekiti right now. We are not happy about it. We are very concerned. We do not want the southwestern part of this country to become a battleground.
That election is just a day away now, and of course Channels Television is the station to stay tuned to bring you all the necessary details on the polls. Now to Kwara State, where elders are asking the police command to produce the alleged kingpin concerning the Offa robbery and charge them to court in case that they're kingpins. The Kwara State Elders Forum, which cut across different political lines, professionals and businesses, made the appeal during a visit to Government House in Ilorin, the state capital. Meanwhile, Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed again raised the issue that linking him and the Senate President to that robbery negates what the state stands for in the area of security. The Department of Petroleum Resources has taken the campaign of safe usage of kerosene to public places following the increasing rate of kerosene explosions at the popular Owat market in Calabar. Members of the public were reminded not to patronize hawkers and buy only licensed stations or buy from licensed stations or surface tank dealers. Earlier, the state DPR controller, Basi Kanga, held an emergency meeting with petroleum dealers where he warned marketers against adulteration.
Victims of the March kerosene explosion in Calabar, the Cross River State capital, recuperating at the General Hospital. Several persons, including a 10-year-old boy, were trying to refill their lamps and cooking stoves when the accident happened. To forestall a recurrence of this, the Department of Petroleum Resources, DPR, in the state is organizing this campaign to enlighten the people on the safety measures for using kerosene in their homes.
Only buy kerosene from licensed filling station, not from hawkers, because if you look around, you see people carrying kerosene in wheelbarrows. Those kerosene mostly are contaminated. And we've told them they should never patronize those unlicensed surface tanks. People make the mistake of using the jerry cans meant to buy petrol, that is PMS for their keke or generator, to go and buy kerosene without knowing that a little quantity of petrol left inside the jerry can actually contaminate and lower the flash point of the kerosene.
Also speaking at the awareness campaign, the head of operations of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps says there is now a zero-tolerance policy for kerosene dealers without a valid license.
I'm going to go into the nooks and crannies of Calabar where surface tank kerosenes are being operated, and with the request for their licenses. If you have your license, you don't have a problem with us. But the moment you don't have your license, we pick you up, and if we carry out the investigation, if you are found maybe suspected to be culpable, we charge you to court.
For residents of the state, this move couldn't have come at a better time.
I am very, very impressed because a lot of lives have been lost. So the campaign toward this, how to use kerosene on the stove, is very, very welcome development.
It is for the safety of the public, so I'm happy about it.
The importance of kerosene to Nigerian homes, especially for domestic cooking, cannot be overemphasized. It is therefore hoped that sensitization such as this will not be a one-off, but will be a regular feature until it is nipped in the bud.